Spring is definitely in the air as we're out trackside on March 10th, 2024 on the CPKC Beaumont Subdivision. We get our first southbound train of the afternoon led by CP SD70 ACU number 7047 with KCS AC44 number 4541 as the DPU engine at the end of the train. The train, I think, was originally originated at Shreveport, headed south towards Houston, Texas. Now with the southbound out of the way, we'll discuss a brief overview of the DeQuincy Railroad Museum. Built by the former KCS in 1923 as a mission revival architectural building, it was preserved in 1973 and added to the National Register of Historic Places on January 20th, 1995. The museum showcases a good amount of railroading memorabilia from a bygone era. I would have discussed more of what beholds inside the museum itself, but unfortunately on that day, I was out trackside while it was closed. However, one of my favorite parts of this museum is the showcase of its preserved equipment, with the equipment being a former 1913 Baldwin-built Southern Pacific 060 steam locomotive number 124, a former Santa Fe passenger car, possibly built by the Bug Company of Pennsylvania, although I'm not really too sure on that, I'm just guessing. So if any of y'all in the comments really know who built this passenger car, please let me know. And 2 cabooses belonging to the Missouri Pacific and Cotton Belt Railroads. Despite not being the most extravagant or the biggest railroad museum in the U.S., the DeQuincy Railroad Museum always holds a special place in my heart, and ever since I was a child, I never got tired of always being trackside here. Moving on, we see KCS rebuilt SD45 number 3162 and CP SD40-2 number 6024 performing some switching moves around the DeQuincy Watt for CPKC's LO18 train. To put it simply, LO18 is the almost daily local freight train that goes southbound from CPKC's Leesville yard to their Mossville yard in the morning, and then in the afternoon it takes the return trip north from Mossville to Leesville, all the while using the Beaumont and Lake Charles subdivisions to get to and from those places. Our next mainline catch will be a northbound empty grain hopper train with KCS GEVO number 4882 leading its solo. These types of grain trains, or grainers as some of us rail fans call them, originate being loaded either up in the Midwest or Canada and usually come down southward to Mexico and return back northward empty. Although whether being loaded or empty, it will sometimes depend on the certain customers these trains usually serve. That's usually my guess on that at least. On a different day of March 18, 2024, we get another look at the LL18 local as it departs the south leg of the DeQuincy Y with KCS's 3162 sweet sounding Leslie RS3L horn echoing through town in the process. Man, I gotta say, this is definitely one of my favorite horns I ever heard so far. Well, y'all, that's pretty much all I have for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed this little showcase of the fabled DeQuincy Railroad Museum and all the railroad action around it. Until next time while out trackside, I'll see y'all out there on the high iron.